Thank you. That's our motto, by the way, if you don't know. That's what we chose out of all the mottos in the world. God save the Queen. I like yours more. You guys went big. You guys went with God bless America. That's pretty optimistic. That's a whole country. We were very modest. We're just like, please keep a little old lady alive. Just a couple more years. We don't want her son. If I'm honest, he looks weird. And God save has always felt weird to me as a British person who's very polite. Save is so demanding. We're not used to that word. And you guys went polite. You guys said bless. God bless. We should swap, right? You can have God save America. Seems fitting for the state that we are in. Oh, wow. Things are happening. What a time to be here. But I'll be okay, though, because I have this voice. And guys, they don't tell you this. If you have a British accent, it solves all your problems. I don't even need to be funny. I just need to talk. That wasn't even a joke. That was just inflection. And you'll believe anything I say as well. This is like, if Wikipedia had an accent, it's this one. I convinced a man in San Diego that maple syrup is just honey that's made by Canadian bees.
Funny thing is, you don't even realize how racist America is until after you leave. You know? Like I did a show not too long ago in Edmonton, Canada. There is no racist vibe in Edmonton. Well, first of all, ain't no niggas out there, so ain't nobody be mad at. But I must have walked around that motherfucker for 4 days looking for a black person. Finally, I saw one. I ain't even know the motherfucker. I just ran up to him and hugged him. Like, nigga, where you been? We need to stick together. He was offended. He was like, dude, get your hands off of me, bro. It's like totally absurd. I was like, shit, they got him. It was too late. I couldn't save him. I had white kids looking at me like I was an exotic animal. They was like, Mom, look at him. He's so chocolatey. I want one. He kept trying to pour milk on me. I was like, it ain't gonna change colors. Fuck off me. And I see some of the white people, y'all getting uncomfortable. Don't get uncomfortable. I love white people, man. Y'all my people too. It's just certain shit I can't do with y'all. Like go drinking. Every time I do a show in front of white people, after the show, y'all always want to hang out and buy me a drink. I can't drink with y'all. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just I can't hang. You motherfuckers are the undisputed champs of drinking. Y'all drink till y'all fall the fuck out. And I know when y'all get good and drunk because that's that noise y'all make. Woo! Don't do that. That scare black folk. There's a lot of bad history behind that noise. Black people, we hear woo! We start looking out for pickup trucks. Where the fuck they at? See, this is why I don't like fucking with Earl. He played too much. I'm serious. A party ain't a party to y'all till the fucking cops show up. And black people, y'all know we see the police party over. White people, y'all have a freedom we just don't have. Y'all see the police, y'all get braver. Dude, what's your fucking badge number and your name? No, don't fucking touch me. What if I fucking touch you? No, you shut the fuck up and move along. Aries, why are you crying? Relax. Do you know who my dad is? I'll sue, I swear to God. Get the fuck on. Black people, we be in the back doing sign language.
And then, you know, where else? This is the new world, you know, and the other part of the new world is America. People think that's got a lot of promise. Still, even though we're all a bit funny about Americans now, a bit, I think the reason that happened, all that bad feeling about America, is apart from everything that they've done. It's because American stupid people sound stupider than every other kind of stupid person. Some people are just thick, but you put up with them. But Americans are annoying when they're thick, because they say, well, you know, if they're talking about one of those terrible incidents that happen every other day in America, they say, well, you know, I was there, and the guy came in, and he had, like, a gun, you know, and he was, like, shooting, and everybody else was totally dead. And you just, it sounds a little divorced from reality somehow.
She mauled me, what an experience. The Africans don't be out there fucking with the lions. They ask him, Mr. Matumbu, why you don't play with the lion? I'm not fucking with that motherfucker. Fuck him and fuck you. That shit is not in the brochure. I'm not doing that shit. When my shift is over, I want to go home to my children, Mangulu, Mungala, and oof, 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 oof. I can't do it fucking with that. When the shit out, you better come, I will leave you in the car. Hi, Noah, Noah. It's rules. Ain't no African people here, is it? Are you African, dog? My bad. I don't want to piss you off and you, motherfucker. You know what's fucked up? African people don't like black people. Y'all know they treat us like shit. They talk down to us. They think they better than us. And I don't understand because we from the same tribe, kind of. But they like white people, though. They treat y'all like family. As soon as y'all come around, they get excited. Excuse me, Mr. White Man. Thank you for bringing us here. We love you. Yeah, the white man. As soon as they see us, they get an attitude. Hey, how you doing? This nigga. We don't like the black man in America. Motherfucker, you don't work, you don't do shit. We don't like you, you black motherfucker. Like, who are you calling black, motherfucker? I'm brown, you midnight. Who the fuck are you calling black? Like, nigga, if you stood up against a building, you'd look like an alley. Who the fuck are you calling black? This shit is unjust. African men don't understand why when they come to America, they have a hard time getting American pussy. You can't be that aggressive with American women, especially black women. You gotta know how to talk, you gotta come correct. Motherfuckers in Africa is used to having their way. They got 15 wives and shit. And African women are very obedient. They tell their women what to do. It's not even an issue. Bitch, when they come home, you... I don't know why they do that. You better clean this shit from the floor. I don't... They be in the club stalking women out here. You can't even see them. They be as black as my jacket. You just see the yellow of their eyes from a distance. Looking like Congo in the bush. As soon as you go buy your drink, they jump out the shadows and scare the shit out you. Bitch, what is your name? Come here. Don't run from me. You're going to be my wife. Monaya, Monaya. Mananwanyan. What? They're hunters. It's instant.
We've got the best politicians in the world out here, you know? We don't appreciate that. They've got the flair, man. They've got that whole vibe. I love it. I love it. And I think sometimes we are a bit hard on them, you know, based on how they speak, which is sometimes not fair, you know. I mean, we do give it to them a bit. Like, I mean, Julius, at the end of the day, he says stupid things, but then you get people that judge our politicians because of how they sound, you know, forgetting that at the end of the day, there is such a thing as a black accent. We seem to have forgotten that, you know. So now the black accent has automatically been associated with stupidity, and it shouldn't be the case, because there's French accents, you know, there's Indian accents, there's Chinese accents, and then there should be a black accent, you know. That's the way it should be, yeah. But we forget that. We forget that. It just gets associated with that, you know? People try and change it. You get people changing it all the time. How people pronounce things. When a French person says it, it's sexy. It has that je ne sais quoi. They can say anything, you know? They can be like, I've been really impressed with the management of the company. And they'll be like, oh, wow. Take me now, Jean-Pierre. Take me now. Well, then a black guy will say the same thing and we'll judge them. I've been very impressed with the management of the company itself. And we'll be like, no, Chabu. It's not management, it's management. Management. No. Management. Close. Management. Well done, Jabu. Now you're saying it properly. Well done, you see? At this rate, hold on. What's that, Sarah? Oh, so they won the election. Oh, by majority. So the country's theirs now? Okay, thank you, Sarah, thank you. Jabu, management. Now teach me.
Whereabouts in Australia are you from? Melbourne. So you weren't affected by the flooding, were you? Is that why you've sat so high up?
Wild fucking country. I just learned what an Aboriginal was. That's cool. For the last week, I've been walking around like, man, black people out here love picnics, dog. What the fuck? Holy shit! Black people love picnicking, bro. Every time I see black people, they're fucking picnicking. Literally every time, on the grass, picnic, picnic, picnic. Black people in America do not fuck with fields. They got PTSD from that shit. There's a sordid history with fields. You see a black dude on grass back home, he's being tackled by a football player or the police, but either way. Dude, I couldn't believe it. And finally, some Australians started explaining to me, like, nah, they're not black people, they're Aboriginals, and like, we got like a real, shitty past with them. It's been very hard to get them to assimilate to like white Western culture. And I'm like, what? They're relaxing in a park drinking wine. Mission accomplished, Australia. How white do you want them to be? Give them some fucking cheese and crackers, they're French. It's just crazy, man. I know you're not supposed to talk about them, so whatever, I won't talk about it. That's it, no more Aboriginal jokes. We went to a strip club out here, I saw a stripper with pussy hair, that shit was crazy. I was like seeing a beeper again, I was like, what? Throwback Thursday, holy shit. Pussy hair? Fuck. Dude, she had this thick patch of pussy hair. It was like a thick mat of pussy. There were two Aboriginals sitting on it, bro. It was crazy. Like, bro. No bullshit. I traded her a dance for some goon wine.
I once had sex with an Australian girl. She said mid-coitus, whilst fucking. She said, have you slimed yet? Have you slimed yet? I thought it was not fucking Ghostbusters.
I feel bad for teas, but they're so confusing. And it's not all my fault. I feel like they need to take some responsibility for my jokes. Because I didn't come up with this idea on my own. This idea that a person can be born in the wrong body. But they have to admit, that's a fucking hilarious predicament. It's really fucking funny. And if it happened to me, you'd laugh, wouldn't you? That wouldn't be funny if it happened to me? I think it would be. What if it did? What if I was Chinese, but born in this nigger body? That's not funny. And for the rest of my life, I had to go around making that face. Hey, everybody, I'm Chinese! And everyone get mad. Stop making that face. That's offensive. What? This is how I feel inside.
Americans are learning Chinese, I've seen, Chinese. I see people say, you gotta learn Chinese. They're taking over. Chinese. Ni hao ma. Shi xing ni. Chinese. It's too late. It's too late to learn Chinese. It's over. No, it's true. It's true. Because it's also one of the hardest languages in the world. I mean, how do you learn Chinese now? Just, they've got over 10,000 characters in the alphabet. You know this? 10,000 characters. We've got 26 in English. And there's still people going, what comes after Q? 26. This is, 10,000 they've got. That's super smart. Although they must have the worst Sesame Street in the world. It must suck being a Muppet in that country. I can just see them on a Monday morning singing to the kids. 西跑冲朝西走西从房间从朝西 5 years later. 从朝鲜从朝书从包 It's just horrible.
And in Mandarin, they have, you know when you're speaking English, we have words that we use to stall till we get to the next word. Little shit words we'll shove in a sentence, words like or you know, but, sorta, like, you know, but, you know. Just little crappy words that we'll shove in a sentence till we're thinking of the next word, you know what I mean? To stall. Well, in Mandarin, they have one word that they love to use, and it sounds really messed up in English. But this, you know what I'm saying. This Chinese is like, I know the word. So you know I'm not making it up, right? This is their word. All I hear when I'm in Beijing, people talking around me, all I hear around me is sushi, nega. Nega, 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 nega. That's their word. Now this is a true story. I was at KFC in Beijing. Because I went to China to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? So I'm at KFC in Beijing. I'm standing in line, and standing in line in front of me is a black woman. I did not put her there. She was there. I swear you can't make this shit up. So I'm standing in line. There's this black woman standing in line in front of me. The only black woman in China. And she found the chicken. That's all I'm saying, all right? That's all I'm saying. I don't make the stereotypes, I just see them. So I'm standing in line, this black woman standing in front of me, and she's a Nigerian woman. I know she's Nigerian because she's having a tough time with the menu, and she keeps looking at me. I don't know what to order. I'm like, well, look at the menu, right? So and she goes, and I went, oh, and everything was okay then, right? So I said, you should try the popcorn chicken. So we're standing in line, right? And this little Chinese kid runs in with his mom, and he runs to the front of the counter, right? And he's looking at the menu, trying to figure out what he wants to eat. Now his mom's standing over there, and the Nigerian woman's standing right here. And he's trying to tell his mom what he wants to eat, but he's not really sure. So all you see happening is, nega, nega. Nigga. And the Nigerian woman looks at me like I'm supposed to beat the shit out of this kid, right? Why don't you hit him? I'm like, here's a straw, get him yourself. So let me tell you something. My parents now have been in Canada 41 years. They moved from India to Canada 41 years ago. I don't know how they picked it or whatever, but they were like, Canada. And I was like, okay, well, maybe when you get there, you'll be able to say it. So, but when my dad first moved to Canada, he didn't just want to live here, you know what I mean? He didn't want to be a guy that just lived in Canada. He wanted to become a Canadian. And he thought that there was things that you could do to become a Canadian. Like you just do a couple of things and bang, overnight you're a Canadian, you know what I mean? I used to come up with these schemes when I was a kid. I remember one time when I was a little kid, he called me, he was like, son, come here. Here's the thing with Indian parents too. They never just tell you directly to come and do something. It's just not that kind of culture. You know what I mean? Indian parents will not boss you around like that. Hey, come here, because they have salesmen built into them. You know what I mean? No matter what the situation is, they feel the need to convince you to do something. You know what I mean? And sometimes they'll just take one word and make it sound like a question to make you come there. They'll be like, Russell, come. 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 So remember this one night, right? My dad was like, son, tonight we will become Canadians. I said, Dad, I was already born here. I think I got it covered. Okay, but what's your plan? He goes, son, I have bought a barbecue.
I go, what are you going to do, cook the rest of Canada and we're the only ones left? No, Canadians like to eat the barbecue. I go, Dad, they don't actually eat the barbecue, but I think I know where you're going with this. I go, what's your plan? He goes, tonight, we will have a barbecue in the backyard. We will invite all the neighbors. They will come over, eat our food, and think we are a Canadian. I said, Dad, if they eat our food, they're gonna know we're not Canadian. Our food will have flavor. It's funny, sometimes Canadian people, white folks get mad at that joke. Hey, hey, hey. You don't diss our boiled potatoes. Right, sometimes I put salt in that water.
The Americans, in turn, responded with a fairly anti-European sentiment, you know, particularly against the French. But Donald Rumsfeld, who's one of their, you know, faces of the administration, said that he didn't want to deal with old Europe, he was far more interested in new Europe. Now, he was talking about when France and Germany voted against the war. So he wasn't interested in old Europe, he was talking about two ancient civilizations, he was interested in new Europe. And when he said new Europe, he meant places like Scrovovia, Vavonia, Gisvovia, and Vavovia. Places where tractors are ministers and people sit down to a dinner of boiled radiators. Places that are not that swish, really, who are going to do whatever America says because they're hoping one day to see a photograph of a pot of jam. And, no. But in particular, they were very, very anti-French. You know, they built on this whole image of the weak, cheese-eating surrender monkeys was the phrase. Which is kind of good, you know. But that entirely plugged into this image of the weak, sensual, pleasure-loving French. You know, not going to war because they're all still in bed at 2 in the afternoon with the sheets coiled about their knees, lying there, scratching themselves, smoking a Gauloise inside a jeton, sweating neat Sancerre, before one of them sloughs off the sheets to pad around the kitchen naked. No, not naked, naked from the waist down. To emphasize their nakedity. Picking up yesterday's croissant crumbs with their sweaty feet. Slashing yesterday's paintings. What was I thinking? It's fucking rubbish! My God! I can't believe it. It's off. I ate my paintings. I ate them! I ate your paintings too! You ate my paintings? No, I hate them! Why do we have to talk fucking English? Your work is so derivative! Because you copy mine, and mine is shit to begin with! I'm so bored in this atelier! Stop it! Stop slashing things! Get something for breakfast, I'm starving! There's nothing, we have nothing, we're poor! Let's make love again instead of eating. No, the things you do to me. I am so sore. Even my toenails hurt. Leave me alone. Come on, you know you want it. No! Get me something to eat before I die. There's nothing here, I told you, except chocolate bread. Where are you from exactly, by the way? I don't know, I'm Eurotrash, shut up.
God damn, handsome ass Indian, look at you. Are you Indian or Pakistani? Indian? Yeah.
Relax, there's fucking 2 billion of you. You don't have to get that excited.
Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, what are you? No shit, motherfucker. I'm saying, what's the background? Why y'all take so long for this shit? From Bombay. And what, you just naming more shit that you know doesn't... What's their religious background? They're not religious either? What about their parents? You don't know them? You know I know you're lying, right? You know I know you're lying right now. None of us ever met a non-religious Indian parent in our life. None of us ever met a non-religious Indian parent non-religious? That's what he gotta say because his girl ain't Indian. That's why. They weren't feeling that shit, were they? What's your back? You're Asian, right, miss? What type of Asian? You're Taiwanese? That's a good one. No, that's a good one. That's like China 2.0. Right? Because Taiwanese, right? I'm getting that right. Taiwanese were like, fuck it, we out. And then they were like, Japan's too far. Let's just stop right here. This island's good. We're not going all the way. You're like those Indians that made it to like Trinidad. You know, the Indians are like, we're going to America. And then the first island, they're like, fuck it, pull over. This is far enough. I'm ready. They were so close, bro. Now they out there in the Caribbean thunderclapping. They went from... What about you, other Indian? I don't even know if you're Indian. I assume you're Indian. All right. What type of Indian?
I am Punjabi.
Punjabi? Are you Sikh? You're Sikh. That's what's up, man. Fuck with Sikhs, man. Those are the dudes that wear the turban and shit. And they got that bracelet, that little silver bracelet. That's a badass bracelet. No, for real. Because back in the day, that used to be a sheath that would protect them from swords. Because the Sikhs were the warrior class of people in India. And then over the years, you know, the meaning has changed. Now it's used to rest on the steering wheel of an Uber, but... Son, if they got that bracelet locked on that steering wheel, though, they ain't never crashing, dude. Never crashing. You let Vishnu take the wheel, dog. Nah, that's Hindu, ain't it? That's Hindu. Did I get that right at least? I got that one. Crazy, man. You got that one? Perfect. Were your parents okay with you dating a black guy? They were surprisingly okay with it? Man, your sister must be a doctor. You got a younger brother. And he's doing everything right. I love fucking, that's what's up. That's that brown parents shit. Brown parents don't give a fuck about the daughter, bro. Daughter is meaningless, yo. It's just taking up food that the son could be eating. Beta, don't eat all the chicken. Your brother needs some chicken, Beta. Beta, please. Beta, please. He's a growing boy. He needs it for his brain. You clearly don't need it because you're dating black guys.
Look at all these Indian faces. Jesus Christ. Look at you brown bastards. God damn. Indians just look upset that they had to spend money to be here tonight, don't you? That's the look on their face, just... This is bullshit. I don't know why I'm spending money to see someone that looks just like me. I can stay home and look in the mirror. For free. We are an endless supply of cheap jokes. And you know what the best thing about it is? Indian people, we're proud of our cheapness. You're never going to insult us by calling us cheap. That's the best part, you know. You walk up to an Indian, you guys are cheap. Thank you for noticing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That guy just called you cheap. No. He pronounced it cheap, but what he was saying was smart. Very smart, he was saying. We're cheap. Here's the thing, too. It's not like I'm up here going, you Indian people are cheap, and I'm the one that's not. No. No. I'm just as fucking cheap as you. The difference is now I have money. I'm just cheap in better stores. I'll be looking at like an Armani shirt. I hate when this happens. I'm looking at a shirt from like a high-end designer, and I flip the tag over, and I see made in India. I'm stuck with a real dilemma. I'm like, shit. Do I buy this? Or do I call my uncle? I wonder if he knows where this factory is.
Nice. Martin's no joke. I said the porn star. Martin is, what is this, like week 5 now that we've been here?
Week 5 for sure, yeah. A month.
Over a month you guys hanging out here in Florida, and Martin got crazy the other night. I don't know, he texted me, and he mentioned it earlier, but he got a little crazy and wound up in Hialeah somewhere at someone's house. And for everybody watching at home, Hialeah is no joke. It gets crazy over there, all right? If you're white and you're driving through Hialeah after 1 in the morning, even the GPS is like, ding, good luck. Careful. Oh, yeah. It is the East Coast version of East Los Angeles. Yes, that's... And of course, it was people asking, when are you going to shoot the next one? And I've been talking about doing stuff here in Florida for quite some time, and so I'm really excited. And I used to think that the Cubans were the #1 Latinos here in town, and I come to find out that Puerto Ricans are creeping up. Puerto Ricans, you guys are very easy to identify. Most Latinos, you got to listen to the Spanish. Puerto Ricans, I give it up. You're easy to identify because there's always a flag nearby. Puerto Ricans love the Puerto Rican flag. And I know why. Because no one's looking for you. You can be as proud as you want. Wepa! All day long. If you don't know the Puerto Rican flag, it's very easy to identify. It's red, white, and blue. It has one big star on it, a triangle, and it's like the American flag, but tweaked. It's like the Cuban flag, but backwards in the colors. Yeah, you guys love that flag. You will put that flag on anything. Freaking bumper sticker, hat, t-shirts, wallets, a baby's born. Hell yeah, you're definitely the most advantaged of all the Latinos. Because Mexicans, we're loud to an extent. But when we realize that there could be potential drama, they're bájale, 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 bájale. But we work hard. And I noticed too, there's actually a Mexican community here in town I didn't know about. And I saw some guys doing construction, and that's when I found out, because I heard the music playing, and it wasn't like Celia Cruz or nothing. It was actually freaking, regular, straight up. I was like, that's Mexican music. And I saw a guy on one of the scaffoldings, and I go, you guys are working over here? Oh, sí, señor, sí, señor. I go, in this economy, you guys are building another house? Oh, señor, these people have a lot of money. Mucho dinero, mucho dinero. Are they rich? Very rich. How rich? Señor, I'm not even Mexican. He pays me to talk like this. No.
I was doing a little research before I came to Russia because I wanted to learn a little bit about it. I was watching this documentary that you guys have about global warming. It's called Chernobyl. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you guys seen that? It's pretty hot, man. It gets pretty hot over there. And it was interesting because I was very inspired by the Soviet idea of togetherness, right? These Soviet ideas that were one nation, one flag, one people, no classes, everybody the same. And then Chernobyl happened and you were like, that's Ukraine. I don't know. That's not this. That's them. That's completely different people. It's different. Listen, their prostitutes go to Europe, ours stay here. It's different. It's not the same at all. We don't. Ukraine has nothing to do with Russia, okay? Except Crimea. We take Crimea. But Ukraine over there, you don't know.
I currently live in New York City, which is, yeah, you know, it's there. I've been living in New York about 6 years now, and when I first moved there, I had a huge fear I was gonna get mugged, constantly. Like every time I left the house, I was like, here it comes. Someone's gonna take everything. I got over my fear because I learned a trick, and now I use this trick all the time. Whenever I think someone might try to beat me up or mug me, I fake a Russian accent. You're welcome. It's genius. I'll be walking home late at night, two dangerous looking thugs walk up to me like, yo man, you know what neighborhood you're in? You think this bad neighborhood? Russians are the scariest white people. They've earned it. I'm so scared of them that I guarantee you if I was lost, dangerously lost, there is no way I'd ask a Russian for directions. Just real quick, like, sir, help me. Please help me. How do I get to the subway? This subway. Walk down the street and turn corner. Yeah, screw that. I think I'm just gonna stay lost.
Now, you grew up in Poland. When did you move to Canada?
In 82.
82. So when you grew up in Poland, were you learning, were they speaking Russian back then?
I had to take Russian.
You had to take Russin, right? Yeah, I knew that, right? So you speak Russian or understand it to a certain degree? Yeah. I just learned how to say how are you in Russian, that's why. You know how to say how are you in Russian, Vince? Cock dealer. I swear, this Russian guy walked up and goes, hey, cock dealer. I go, hey, man. I don't give a shit if you're a blackjack dealer, all right? Don't come around here offering me all that. When you find vag dealer, send her over. I like listening to people speak Russian. You ever heard people speak Russian? It's amazing. They just sound like they're talking backwards the whole time. Vladimir,
A lot of people don't realize there's a lot of similarities between America and Russia. You know, we're not that different, right? You like Russian brides, we like Russian brides, you know. You like bombing Syria, you know. It's fun, isn't it fun, you know? Putin controls your country, Putin, you know,
They love the Muslims now, but they'll never use Indian people. They just don't have the dangerous sound to them. It's always got to be the classic scene in the movie, you know? It's got to be the United Nations gathered around a table. Then on the big screen comes that terrorist announcement. The assistant runs in, sir, it's a message from the terrorist Boris. And they switch on the screen, pew, and then Boris comes on. Hello, United Nations. It is I, Boris. Boris Kablechnikov. I have placed bombs all over the world in major city. And if you don't pay me $1 billion US, I will make world go kaboom. You've got 1 hour. That's Vidania. And they'd be like, oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? They'd be scrambling for the money. They'd be, oh, what are we gonna do? We'd never have an Indian guy doing that. Just wouldn't be the same. Assistant running into the room, sir, it's the infamous terrorist Rajesh. They'd switch on the big screen, pew, and there he'd be. Is it on? Okay. Hello. Hello, UN. Hello, namaste, namaste. Namaste. How are you, uncle, auntie? Pleasure, pleasure. My name is Rajesh, and I have placed bombs strategically all over the world. Now, if y'all don't pay me $1 billion US, I will proceed to make the entire world go kaboom. They'll be like, but Rajesh, we don't have money, Rajesh, we don't have money, it's the credit crunch. Okay, how much you got then?